If you struggle with bloating or digestive issues, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be going over my top gut and hormone questions that I get asked by so many of my clients, and a little backstory on me. I'm Elizabeth with Elizabeth Ayler Fitness, and I had chronic digestive issues. I had 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, mast cell activation. I had eczema, rosacea all over my face and body as a little girl. And I spent another college degree going to doctors, had over 150 colonics. And when no one could heal me, I healed myself. And now I work with women all around the world. And I worked with over 2,000 plus women now, helping them lose 5 to 40 pounds, all by healing their gut, balancing their hormones when no doctor could help them. So I'm making this a series where every Friday I go live with you. I have a whole list of all of my top gut health, hormones, intermittent fasting, everything for women over 30. And we're going to dive right in. I have so many great tips. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and my YouTube because I got so much content for you there. So we're going to dive right into it. And I want to start off with one that is not sexy at all, but it is so important. And until I change this in my life, no diet, supplement is going to heal your gut. And it's how does stress actually affect the gut? So if we're that type of person, we're the busy mom, we're run, we're eating on a go, and we're watching our phone, we're not even present with our meals. That puts our body in a state of fight or flight response. And what happens is all the blood goes towards your external extremities, not towards your gut for digestion. So what happens is you're eating that meal, you're stressed about something else, then you feel like all of your food is sitting in your stomach. And what chronic stress does over time, and that could be not sleeping good, overdoing intermittent fasting, especially for my woman hitting perimenopause and menopause, overdoing cardio, gut infections. All of these things actually suppress your stomach acid and your digestive enzymes. And that could trigger gut permeability issues, something like leaky gut, or even inflammation in the body. And the stress does one other thing that is huge because I had over 150 colonics. I had chronic constipation for years, and stress slows your gut motility. Basically, that's the movement of everything out of your body through your gut. So if you're that person that struggles with constipation or a lot of gas and bloating, the food is slowed down in the stomach, it's sitting, it's fermenting, and stress does that. There's an amazing but, I'm saying but, oh my God, I'm thinking about our bowels right now. But there's an amazing book called The Mind-Gut Connection. And this book, I recommend all to my digestive clients. It has changed my life because it's just a scientific way of really showing you how stress could not just impact your food sensitivities, bloating, digestive issues that day, but even a few days past. And I have clients that come to me. I had one client and she's only a week into my program. Kid you not, she was on Miralax, Ducalax. She went to every doctor out there. They told her, oh, you got IBS, standing for, I don't know what's going on with you. And she, just through diet, stress, and food eating practices that I implemented with her, she went from zero bowel movement to having that feeling of having to go after every single meal 3 times a day. It's not like we're going complete yet, but in just 1 week from years of chronic constipation, and she has thyroid issues too, low thyroid, which affects your gut motility. Now we're starting to feel like we have to go and actually starting to. So that is a big win. We're going to go into my next gut question. I'm just going to go right through these today, trying to give you guys so much value. But if you do struggle with digestive issues, send me over a DM on Instagram. And I'm actually going to put, once I post this, I'll put in the description of the show notes below. I've been in your shoes. I went to every doctor out there, and my whole passion is healing people. I work with clients that have Hashimoto's, mold, Lyme's disease. They have thyroid issues going on. They've had, 12 inches of their colon removed. They got all of the things, reverse T3, SIBO, parasites, and I healed them in 90 days because I was there. And I have my 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS. I'm a holistic nutritionist, GAPS practitioner, and FDN. And it's just my whole passion is healing people because I I was at my all-time low for my entire life and no one can help me. And I just don't want to see anyone suffer anymore. So DM me ready on Instagram. We're going to go right into it. So how can I improve digestion without supplements? So I want to give you two big tips for you. The number one, the phone. When you're eating your meals, just like I told you, stop looking at your phone, watching the television. When we were back in the days, like, I really believe that the reason that so many people are overweight now is because we're all hiding on our phone with chronic anxiety, eating our meals. We're not even feeling the feeling of satiety at our meals, which is the feeling of fullness, because we're so disconnected. Put your phone down. Set your food down, your fork down during your meals. Have your bite, chew your food good, and be present with that meal. You are going to realize that you're going to have such better digestion. You're going to have less stress and anxiety, and it may even help aid in weight loss because you're actually going to feel full and satiated at that meal versus overeating and going back and forth because you're just mindlessly eating and not even being present. And the second thing is go for a walk. Walking is so good to help improve digestion. Don't just eat a large meal and lay down and go to bed. Move your body, and that's going to help with glucose burning into glucose absorption into the cells, which a lot of people, I work with a lot of women, by healing their gut, we lose 5 to 40 pounds, and insulin resistance is a big thing out there. And insulin actually gets spiked a lot due to chronic stress too. We have hormones, even our food system. And a little fun fact that you may not know this, I was doing the research, and if we look at sugar and refined starches, and I don't mean starches coming from like potatoes, I mean from like tapioca starch, all of those processed that are hidden in all of our processed foods, we actually consume double the amount of those starches that are literally fillers. Like tapioca starch and stuff, they're hidden in all your cereals, all of your stuff, and they spike the insulin. They cause more inflammation in that gut, and they're literally void of nutrients. So I just wanted to share a little fun fact with you guys. Now, we're going into my next question, and this one is going to shock you because a lot of clients, when I hop on our discovery call, I ask them a lot of different questions. Were we a C-section? Do we have acid reflux? Did we have yeast infections? Because there's so many different things throughout our life that could affect our gut, our hormones, even things with our thyroid, our liver, detox pathways. And I like to look at the whole body as a system. So I'm my one-stop shop for my clients. And one big question I ask them is, how many courses of antibiotics have you been on in your lifetime? And they're like, well, I haven't been on any recently. But then I start talking to them more, and they'll be like, I've taken, I, as a little kid, had chronic UTIs and took, 10 courses of antibiotics. Or, I had chronic acne going on, and I did Accutane. When we take antibiotics, they don't just kill the good, and they kill the bad. They don't just kill the bad, they kill the good too. And they wipe everything out. They also cause more inflammation in the gut. And if we don't really focus on restoring that with the right things, those repeated courses of antibiotics and the long-term use, that increases dysbiosis, the imbalance in the gut. And that could really affect your absorption of your nutrients, fatigue, hormones, energy. And a lot of my clients that are the ones, I was this girl, I was the person, like I said, I had eczema, rosacea all over my face, my entire body. I used all the steroid creams. Then I had all the parasites. And what did the doctors do? Because I just wanted to get rid of them. I did the triple therapy multiple times. I had the H. pylori, did that again. And I just kept killing with all of the antibiotics. And then all of a sudden, my gut started getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, if I'm eliminating these pathogens that are in my body, shouldn't I be getting better? And what happened was I ended up with SIBO, which stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And you probably heard about it if you got gut issues going on. And one thing I always say is never believe that you are a disease, because if you believe you're SIBO and you go online and you look up all these horror stories of everyone never getting rid of their SIBO, you're going to think you're broken and never get better. But I healed myself when no one could And it wasn't by keeping on all of these killing protocols. It was actually by stopping, getting to the root cause, and heal. And I had a client of mine, she was kill for years with Lyme's, mold, C. diff, H. pylori. The last few months we spent restoring her body because she has thyroid issues and everything. I focused on her liver, getting her body functioning properly, supporting her detox pathways, healing the gut because she was so inflamed. We're negative for C. diff now. She's seeing ab definition, feeling the best. Her anxiety is going away. And all of these things could happen when you stop killing and you start healing. So antibiotics could really definitely impact your gut. It's not permanent, but you do need the right protocol to get everything back and functioning properly. And if you took it as a little kid and you did multiple courses or you had surgeries and you did all the antibiotics, it does still impact your gut. Even though it may be 20 years later, it did impact you. And if you're that person, we're live right now, and you're like, I've been struggling for years with chronic digestive issues, histamine issues, been to all the doctors, tried, colonoscopy, endoscopy, all the tests, everything comes back normal. But I got thyroid issues. I have low energy. I can't go to the bathroom. I'm reacting to foods one day, not the next, and I don't know what to do. I want you to head to the description after I post this video on YouTube or send me over the DM on Instagram. Let's set up a discovery call to see if you're the perfect fit to work with me one-on-one for digestive coaching. And let's get you healed, feeling your best self. It is truly, truly my passion. Now, we're going back to it. I'm pulling up my next one. Oh, I love this one. So, can you heal your gut without cutting out all foods? We need to talk about this because this is huge. There's so many different diets out there. And I was actually keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian. I would eat 50 bananas a day because I thought monomeal island would heal my gut. And I did actually a whole two lives on my YouTube. I want you to check out. I did them this week and last week. So go check out my live playlist on my YouTube. I talked about elimination diets, and I was stuck on four. I always say three, it's four: white rice, chicken, arugula, and coconut oil for years. And anytime I would go off of that, I would be back to square one with bloating, constipation. So there's all these different types of elimination diets out there. And when you cut out your food, and I use the low FODMAP one as an example because I feel like it's the one that a lot of doctors, if you have IBS, I'll tell you to do that one. It's, one that a lot of people talk about. It stands for it's fermentable carbohydrates. If you Google low FODMAP diet or go on my YouTube, type in low FODMAP, FODMAP, and I have a bunch of videos on it. But basically, if you think of your gut microbiome, if you're having a lot of gas, bloating, digestive issues, and you cut out these FODMAPs, the fiber in there, your body is not fermenting. So like white rice, there's no fiber in there. There's nothing for it to ferment on. So the symptoms become less. If you're reacting to onions, garlic, those are very high in FODMAPs and antibacterial, antiviral. So those could be impacting with your gut microbiome. So when we go on these elimination diets and we're cutting all of the food out, and then we go and we add the food back in, and we're reacting still, it's because we didn't get to the root cause. I was stuck, and I have clients where even their whole body's swelling. I have clients that have mast cell activation. It's histamine issues. Their whole body will go red. Migraines, my nose would run. I have a case study on my case studies playlist on my YouTube. My client, Andrea, she had severe mast cell activation, and she was actually on 7 Zyrtex a day and spent $11,000 on allergy testing, and no one could heal her. And the doctor said, you have to live this way. I healed her. Within 30 days, everything was gone. And within 90 days, she was adding all of her foods back in that were actually higher histamine with no reactions, because we need to get to the root cause. If you have dysbiosis, candida, yeast, or if you have such bad leaky gut where everything is blunt and your body doesn't have enough DAO to break down the histamine and you're reacting to all these things, just cutting the food out addresses the symptoms for the moment. But by not fixing the issue, the underlying that was going on, and then healing the gut, you're never going to be able to expand that diet back again without reacting because you didn't get to the root cause. And I see so many, and I am an FDM practitioner. So I know all about, the GI map stool test, the food sensitivity test, all of that. But I rarely use all of those with my clients. All of my case studies, I healed without those because when I'm able to look at everything going on, I set everything with my client's diet to get the liver working, to help heal the gut lining, to help get everything, making the HCl inflammation down. And I add food strategically in so that we're able to get the diversity back for the good microbiome, but not do it in a way where we're having chronic symptoms and digestive issues throughout it. It's about expanding the diet, not cutting out. And the next question I really do want to hit is on food sensitivity tests, because I hear it all the time. I did the food sensitivity test. I did all these, and, I cut out all the foods, and, and I tried all these things. There's so many different food sensitivity tests out there. I only use one with my clients, but a majority of them, and I think it was the ALCAT test when I was doing mine. For a majority of them, if you're not consuming that food, then it may not show up on that test as a sensitivity. An example, I was not consuming dairy. I was vegetarian at the time. My throat closes with dairy. It's a true allergy. It didn't show up correct. And at the same time, we're spending all of this money on food sensitivity tests. And if you have chronic stress, chronic leaky gut, dysbiosis going on, you're over-exercising, over-fasting, and your body's in the state of just thyroid issues, chronic fatigue, reacting to everything. You can't even go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter cutting all those foods out. Like I said, you're going to be reacting to things. We need to heal. We need to seal. We need to restore. But we need to do it specific to your body. And that is key. Awesome. I got some more questions that we're going into. And if you guys are finding this helpful today, and if you would like more videos on gut, number one, check out my case studies playlist on my YouTube. I talk about all my clients. I have 30 more I need to edit, but all of their full healing journeys. And we deep dive into all the approaches. I also have a digestive playlist and my SIBO playlist where I go through my whole gut healing journey. And again, if you're on this call and you're like, this is my unicorn moment, I've been really trying to heal for so long, all of this relates, send me over that DM ready on Instagram or head to the show notes below after I post this, and let's set up a discovery call for my 90-day digestive coaching program. Awesome. So we are going into it. I have a highlight, and I went through like my top questions that I wanted to hit. I want to talk about our liver because, like I said, a lot of individuals I come to have thyroid issues, or they have their gallbladder removed, or they feel like they just can't digest fats. They feel nauseous. Our liver is our major detox organ, okay? 80% of your conversion from your T4, which is your inactive thyroid, to your T3, your active thyroid, and this runs your metabolism. So weight loss, girls, I help women lose weight by healing. We heal. It is in the liver. If we have an overloaded liver, that could lead to poor thyroid conversion, poor bioflow, which really it disrupts your digestion, even your gut motility, going to the bathroom. Toxins could recirculate, burden your GI tract. So liver congestion, it could show up in skin issues. It could show up in food reactions. It could show up in thyroid issues. And if you're that person too, like, I think I have parasites, I think I have this, I'm going to kill. If you got leaky gut and your liver's not working, then all of those toxins that are going to be released from pathogens in the body that who knows if you even have them, because you could be disrupting your gut microbiome in a way that's not working for you and working against you, it's going to leak into the bloodstream. You're going to have those Herx reactions and you're going to feel like crap. Excuse my language, but it is the truth, because I was that girl on the floor feeling like crap, thyroid issues and all of the things, thinking more is better. And it's not always better. Okay. Best way to reset hormones after 40. This is a good one. So I did a whole live masterclass, and I have it on my YouTube channel right now under lives from yesterday. It's going to be up for 24 hours. So go check it out. And I talk about 3 key elements in there. But in order to lose weight when we're over 40, we have shifts in the hormones. We're hitting perimenopause. You got your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. And what happens is when these change up, especially if we get things like estrogen dominance, that can cause the stubborn belly fat. If we're overdoing fasting, overdoing cardio, in a time where we're losing muscle at a rate of 40 to 50% faster, we're doing the Ozempic, we're doing all these things, your body's going to feel stuck, okay? We need to reduce the inflammation through our diet, through our stress, through our sleep. If you're not sleeping, you're not going to lose weight. We need to balance your blood sugar because it's not just about grabbing the convenient bars and shakes and protein bars. Like those are void of your key nutrients. You're not going to feel the the satiation. And we need to restore the gut health because a lot of us have been on multiple courses of antibiotics, or, we have, dysbiosis or yeast, or maybe we lived in Florida, we got mold going on, or Lyme disease, or even things like the MTHFR gene mutation. I have a lot of clients with that. And you could be eating the cleanest diet out there, but if your gut and your hormones aren't functioning properly, it's going to feel almost impossible to lose weight. So we need to train smarter versus harder. We need to support our sleep, our gut, the liver, the detox pathways. You need to check out on my case studies playlist, my client, Gina, Gina, then she lost 25 pounds in 90 days, healing her gut after Ozempic lap band surgery. She had fibromyalgia, all the things going on. She's down 40 pounds now. She started at 900 calories. She's at over 2,000, guys. So like you can transform your body, and we did 0 extremes with her. Now, I'm checking and seeing if we have any questions. If you guys have any gut questions that you're wanting me to hit, feel free to drop them below. Boom. Let me see here. Now, I got one more question that I want to go, and then I got a new one every single week for you. So you make sure you stay a part of this. So, okay. Can gut issues cause skin problems like acne or eczema? 100% yes. Your gut is the mirror of your face. I always say that. I had, as a little girl, I had the eczema, like I said, the rosacea all over my face, my body. I had a lot of histamine issues, things like mast cell activation. I'm going to be doing a whole video on this on my YouTube soon and what it is. And I would live with migraines, nose would run all the time to foods. But here's the deal. Skin mirrors gut inflammation and reactions. And if we got leaky gut going on, and we have things, like I said, histamine is something that not a lot of people talk about. And if our body is overproducing histamine and we don't have enough of DAO to break it down, all of this is in your gut lining where you're making all of your little enzymes and everything, guys. If we have our leaky gut and we have blunt and we're not manufacturing everything, this shows on like a GI map stool test if we're looking at like zonulin and all of our, histamine and DAO. But if you're not making enough of that enzyme to break it down, you could have the red patchy skin, the mast cell activation, and that could 100% show up. And also poor bile and poor liver, that also shows up on your skin. I had a client of mine, and I'm putting her case study up in a few weeks. Her cystic acne, I got gone in 1 month. We had a food sensitivity to dairy, but also we had a lot of leaky gut stress, things that I worked on reestablishing with specific probiotics and strains to heal. And by day 90, everything was just healing up. Like it was just, what do you call it? Like it was gone, but it was like healing the little areas up. And I mean, she spent years trying everything to get rid of her cystic acne. And she had mercury poisoning. She was bedridden for years. So your gut is literally the mirror of your face. When I figured out everything that was going on, my face cleared up. This is me with no makeup on. I do got a little bit of lashes, so I'm gonna be honest with you. But this is me 100% no makeup on. And for a majority of my life, I had cuts all over here. I would have to use all the Aquaphor. Even my scalp would break out in scabs. And let me say something. Bone broth, fermented foods, certain probiotic strains, all of these are gut healing, but a lot of these are high histamine. We need them to heal. But if we are over here having all these reactions, we have to do it in a way where we're healing, sealing, and then expanding. So if you're that person again, and you need help healing your gut, head to the show notes below. Let's book a discovery call. Check out my case studies playlist because the stories that you're going to see are transformational. Like you are going to be, if you have gut issues, you will feel not alone. And it literally shows you that you can heal no matter what. And if you enjoy this video, I'm going to put another one here once I put this up live and check it out. Love you guys.